Hello sunshines, welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. I'm your host, Heather, known as Bunnyfish on all the internet places. And today is Tuesday the 15th of April. It is the anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. My smallest human informed me. She is in a book right now. She can't talk to us. Hi, I'm in the car in the grocery store parking lot because my oldest kiddo needed to run in for something. We just left the movies. We saw Minecraft, which my 14-year-old liked. My 16-year-old and I agree was like, it was definitely a little kid movie. Although there was a fair amount of like foul language. They said hell a lot. But like I was hoping for like some like clever jokes or something, just something to, I don't know. But it was all like little kid humor. So, it was okay. And if you're new here, I will go to the movies to see pretty much anything. Not anything, but pretty much anything. Because I just like going to the movies. I took a little snippet recording this morning this afternoon of my newest sock finish. So I'm gonna put that in here. Oh, she won't. Hey sunshines, it's after school on Tuesday. I had my sock off in my last class and look what happened. These are my brand new socks. I have a dropped stitch. Okay, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it before I leave school because now I've seen it and I won't be able to do any work knowing that my shoe or my sock is unraveling. What a bummer. But that's okay. We're going to the movies tonight. I'm so excited. Whenever anybody ever says making sub plans is more of a hassle than just coming in, this is what they mean. This is what they mean. So I'm planning ahead. I have some days where I'm going to be in the building, but I am not going to be in my classroom because I just have end of year tasks that need to be done. And this right here, this is the worksheet that they're going to do. So I had to write out all of my prompts that I just normally do when I teach this lesson. And like, I don't, for me, they're just in my brain, right? I don't have to write them out, but now they're explicit. And then this, I've been doing this for like 10 minutes. This right here that I'm not quite done with, I just answer in bullet points in this section in 1 minute while they're doing their 5 minutes, just to give them an idea. This is what it means. This is one class out of, I think that day I either have to have 4 classes covered or 8 classes covered. It would take less time just to show up, but it's fine. It's fine. Hey sunshines, it's Thursday the 17th and I am very Thursdayed out, so it's not quite time to go home. It is my prep time. I'm taking just a few minutes to sit and knit before I go and like tidy up my table before I leave for the weekend, because tomorrow is Good Friday and we have the day off. And there's my child who has been kicked out of this chair so I could sit in it while I'm knitting. So anyway, I wanted to check in with you about the leggings look. This week I finished the black stripe, I finished the green stripe, and I finished the next black stripe. I don't remember exactly where I was. I think I was just starting. I'm pretty sure that Monday after school, Monday after school, right? I stayed after on Monday and I tried these on. And I decided to do the rapid decreases. Is that right? I don't know. Yesterday I had 2 meetings, so I had a lot of knitting time on this. So anyway, that's exciting. That's a lot of progress. That means that I either have 2 or 3 more green stripes, depending on length, when I put it on again. I think it's going to be 3, right? Or is it 3 or 4? Oh, I either have 3 or 4 because I have this yarn and these 2 yarns were from a certain shade of green, the pink and the, not this, not that, those. And then I also have this green if I need it, and then black stripes. I don't know if this nugget is enough to get me down or get me through 12 rounds on both socks. Maybe. But I do have, if this isn't enough to get me through, excuse me, sorry. I do have another, I do have the scrap from Haley of this. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should take this home and take this, finish the, I'm working on this fingerless mitt. Oh, I haven't shown it to you. So I'm working on this fingerless mitt, and it's not going to be super long, maybe like 4 times this length, which isn't really that much. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I finish this and then take, because this is my 9-inch size 1 circular needle, and this is being knit on a size 1 needle. Maybe I finish this, take this leg off, knit the 12 rounds, put it back on, take this leg off, knit the 12 rounds, put it back on. That way I know if this is going to be enough, or I can bring in, or like if it's not enough for the second one, then I can attach, instead of working it on both legs and then having to attach something to both sides and having 2 extra tails. I'm kind of thinking that that might be what I do, because my plan tomorrow is to do nothing. It's to craft. And I guess while we're here, let's look at the blanket progress. So this is 8 of the flowers. That's half with like the flower petals done, and then another 2, so 10. So I only need 6 more of the flower motifs to have petals around them, and I have 1 of those going. So good progress on the blanket this week. Good progress on the leggings this week. I'm also kind of thinking, because I was trying to figure out how I'm going to continue to keep up the motivation for working on my kiddos' thigh highs, maybe I just bring that as my next school knitting project. We have 7 weeks left. So I don't think I can finish this, well, depending on how much I do this weekend on it. Probably not this coming week, but maybe the week after that, which would mean still 5 school weeks, even though the last one barely counts. So continue to work on the blanket like here and there, and then bring my kiddos thigh high and do maybe I do like 1 round on that at school during my lunch, and then work on the blanket, or 2 rounds and then work on the blanket. Just something, because I have time on my lunch break to knit, right? So I'm kind of thinking that that might be my solution to, I don't know when I'm going to do this, instead of trying to like find a show to watch on the weekends, just so that I have forward momentum on that project. Because it's kind of like this, like I want to do the thing, but it's kind of boring because it's just knit 2, purl 2 forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So I'm thinking that might be my next school project, to work in tandem with this blanket. Like, this blanket's deadline is approaching. I think I need it done in about 5.5 weeks, but that's still time to do the blanket. So we'll see. We'll see what I decide. Hey, sunshines. In the last vlog, I was talking about I knew that there was a way that I could attach the foot that I'm knitting to the leg that I already knit without having to like do any sewing. And I was like, maybe I have to like break the yarn in Kitchener. No, I don't have to do that. So on the needle that's going to be like the top of the foot, you attach that. So we're going to say that this is the top. This one's the top of the foot, but like the heel. I'm going to attach it to the back of the leg, but when I attach those stitches, I'm purling those two together. And then working the top of, or the other part of the foot, the bottom of the foot. And then when I get back to the top, then I knit the stitches together with these. And it looks like this. And I suppose you could just knit 3 together, but I don't want to do that. And it looks really seamless and it looks really lovely. And I'm glad that I gave myself the time to like let it synthesize in my brain. And also, I'm about to have 3 things finished. Not 3 projects. It's going to be 2.5 projects finished, but I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to happen in the next hour or so. Oh my goodness, look at her. She's so cute. Oh, you're very cute, Ruby. Hi. So that is finished object 1. Or I guess technically finished object 2. This is my half finished object, and I just wanted to show off the floats. They're so cute. But okay, for reals, here is the test knit sock, which I don't know if it has a name or not yet. I haven't seen it have a name, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen, because it could just mean that I wasn't paying attention. So here's the sock. The first sock is finished. Per what I was talking about in my last vlog, I am not casting on this second sock immediately. I'm casting on a different second sock and then casting on this one. And I also finished the hat. So it is done. Hopefully it is bucket hatty enough for my kiddo. They said they liked it, so I'm going to wash it so that I can give it to them so they can give it to their friend. Hello, sunshines. Happy Saturday, the 19th of April. How are you? I am okay. I'm pretty sure that I'm once again on the edge of burnout and just like can't really do anything about it. So I am trying to be very chill with myself, which looks an awful lot like pushing myself to be productive knitting wise. But you know, that's like a crazy that I can control. So I guess that's what it is. Anyway, so in the last vlog, I talked about my goals for this weekend that I'm actually in right now. And as I was editing that vlog, I wrote down what I said I wanted to do. And so I'm like halfway through my weekend, right? It's just afternoon. It's 12:20 p.m. on Saturday, and Friday was part of my list of this. So I feel like I'm not doing too bad on my list of things. I can cross off this stripe on Venna's sock because I just watched Wheel of Time. Season 3, episode 8. Listen, they just did one of my favorite characters real dirty. And I'm big mad about it. And I'm big mad about it, right? Because I'm pretty sure that's the last episode of the season. And who knows when the next one is coming out? Not me, because I haven't done any research. And I'm so mad. But okay. So I was somewhere in the black stripe. I finished the black stripe, started the orange stripe, got pretty far in it. This project is going well. I think this is good weekly progress. I also started a couple things since I saw you last. I cast on the second sock for my best friend. And I did end up going opposite direction color-wise. So, da-da-da-da. This, you can see right here, is going opposite direction, which I just think is fun. My goal is to finish the second sock this weekend, which is totally doable. Tomorrow we're going to my dad's for a few hours, and so this is what the project that I'm going to take. So I'll get pretty far on it then. Yeah. I also, since I finished Ruby and I wanted another monster, I started this monster. No pattern. I'm going to do a square for like the bottom so that it will sit flat. So I'm basically doing a barn raising square, but instead of leaving the yarn overs open, I am knitting them through the back loop on the next pass. And I don't know how big I want the base to be, but I do know that this is one of the legs. I just want it to be like a short leg. I think the arms I'm going to knit narrower but longer. So this is 9 stitches across. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to do 5 stitches for the arm, but make them twice as long. Not sure. But that's my thought process. Yeah, so it started. I have also worked on my other projects, but I'll show those to you tomorrow because I'm going to be working on them all day and nothing is impressive right now. Oh, wait, pause. Lies. This is exciting. So I knit the whole green stripe on this leggings because I put it on my 9-inch circular, and I have 1 round left on the black stripe, and I think I'm going to try to put in another green stripe. My fingerless mitt, I guess I am going to show you all the things. My fingerless mitt is now on the needle with Karma's socks, which I don't think I'm going to do 10 rounds this weekend. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's on there with them, and I think I'm going to keep the 9-inch circular on this project, and now I'm just going to finish the first leg and then go back and finish the second leg because this is so much faster because there's no cord management, which is why I love 9-inch circulars so much. I don't necessarily think I can get this project done within a week, but definitely within 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I think I'm going to put on 2 more green stripes and then try them on to see if I need that 4th green stripe or not. But that's where I'm at. Hey, sunshines. It's Saturday afternoon and I'm at the library, which was not on my plan for this weekend until I got a call from the library this morning, and I was like, why am I getting a phone call? Did I accidentally change my settings back to where I get phone call notifications for having holds? But so I ignored it, and then I got a call like 20 minutes later, and it was a human. So the library is closing until May 15th. And I had 2 books come in on hold today. So they wanted to let me know because either I could pick them up today, which is obviously the option I picked, or they could suspend my hold until the library reopens in May, or they could ship my books to a different location. And I guess they could have shipped my books to a different location because one of the locations is on my way to my boyfriend's house. But I was like, no, I'll pick them up today. That way, like, because then I would have to, like, figure out where they keep the holds at the other library. And, like, what if I'm feeling like I'm on a time crunch because I'm on the way to my boyfriend's house or something, or I don't know. The anxiety, okay? I've only been inside that branch one time because I accidentally left something inside a book that I returned that had been borrowed from that branch by my branch for me. So I picked up some books. So I picked up Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is really why I wanted to pick up the books, because this book is in high demand and I was on the wait list for like a month month or longer for it. And I don't want to make someone else wait for a long time for Onyx Storm. And then the blueprint was a recommendation from, I think it was Shelby in the book club. I think Shelby recommended it. I don't remember what it's about, but whoever recommended it very, very highly. So it came in also. And I am reading a book right now, but only kind of, Kingdom of Ash. So like, I can read it as I need to. Like, it's on my phone on the Kindle app. I also have the hard copy from the library to read when I'm at home, but it's a heavy book. It's 900 pages. So it's definitely not like a before bed reading in the book version. So, and there's Ruby, because Ruby's gonna go live with Nikki next time I see Nikki. But Ruby's got a string coming out of her eye, so I gotta fix that. You're looking a little wonky there, girl. We'll fix you up. You'll be fine. So, yay, books. Now I'm gonna go have a sushi date with my boyfriend. So theoretically, I could have picked up the book at the other branch. Not today, they would have had to ship it, but this is what I'm saying. Silliness. Hey friends, it's Sunday morning, the 20th of April. It's Easter, I guess. So, happy Easter. I don't really celebrate Easter, but I am going to my dad's. I didn't realize it was a holiday. I'm going to my dad's for dinner. Whatever. Anyway, here is what I thought I was going to take to my dad's. But then I took it to my boyfriend's and I hung out with my bestie, Lady Lux, the dog, and knit the rest of the heel, I think. Was I working on the heel when I got there? I don't know. I don't know where I was yesterday when I showed it to you last, but I'm at the toe and I have, I think, 6 rounds to go on the toe. So clearly this is not going with me to my dad's. So then my other thought was maybe I'll take this little monster that I'm making. But there's still like 2.5 hours before we need to go. And the only thing that I really have to do is laundry, which means plenty of knitting time. So I feel like it's pretty likely that's all the yarn that I have left. It's pretty likely that I'm going to be finished with that. I do also intend though to start the second, like cast on the second test knit sock and work that cuff. So I can take the cuff with me because that's 20 rounds of 2x2 rib. And then I'm also thinking of taking the leggings because that's 2x2 rib. So that's easy. And maybe I want to take this because I haven't finished the gusset. I think I have like 10 rounds left of the gusset. This is where it was last time I showed you. And I'm doing the gusset on the bottom. And look how cute that's turning out. So cute. So maybe I'll take those. I don't know. We'll have to see what I finish before I go, because if I finish the gusset of this, then I'm probably not going to take it, just because that was my goal for the weekend. I'm not going to take Karma socks. I don't want to take those with me. I could, but I don't want to. Leggings instead. It's okay for my plans to change, but here's my list of what I wanted to do, and basically that's gone. Casting on the test knit sock is only going to take a couple minutes. And there's only 10 rounds left on the pink sock, so for the gusset. So I am going to consider it a win if I can get the gusset done, because these two things are definitely going to be done. And I'll work on my leggings instead of the socks, because when I made that video, I didn't know I was going to be working on the leggings. The other thing, though, is that this is the yarn that's left over from knitting the body of the socks. I have 2 bobbins that I actually ran out of, but I think what happened was on the first sock, I think I somehow got these yarns, like these 2 sets, messed up when I got to the foot and didn't use them correctly. Or no, these 2 sets, I think I did. I don't know. I feel like I must have messed up the colors for these sets of stripes. Because though, like when I finished the first sock, those bobbins were markedly less full than the other ones. And these 2 bobbins were much more full than all of the other ones. So when I got to the foot on the sock, I did run out of those colors right here. So I don't know if you can even tell, but like this blue, this 5th blue aqua round is different than the other 4. And then this bluey speckle yarn, it changes halfway through too. I don't think you can really notice. I don't think it matters, but I did run out of 2. Totally cool. Whatever. What I'm going to do with the rest of them... What is this? Oh, the tail from the other one. What I'm going to do with the rest of them is work them into my nor'easterly. And I only do full rows in my nor'easterly, so anything that's left over from that is going to go into the corner to corner crochet blanket. So I am going to work on this before I go to my dad's, because it's not that much yarn, and I think I'm going to work it in this order, like start here and go, and I think that'll just be a cute strip in the blanket. So I don't know what I'm taking to my dad's, because I don't know what I'm going to get done in the next couple hours, but sometimes I just like to think out loud with you. Hello, sunshines. It is lunchtime on Monday, and it is the beginning of my lunch. I am too excited, though, to wait until the end of lunch, because look at this. I'm going to finish these leggings this week. What? That's so exciting. I have handcraft club, like, so my teacher knit crochet group tomorrow, so I think I'm going to weave in the ends then, because I think it is pretty... Well, I'm definitely finishing this week. I took this leg off of the magic loop and did it on my 9-inch circulars, and it knit itself, honestly. And I was at my dad's yesterday and I tried on after the pinkish section. I was like, oh, I don't know how much more I need. I didn't need any. I probably didn't need to do this black on the bottom for the bind off, but I just wanted the black on the bottom for the bind off. So look, I don't have that much to go. How many rounds do I have left on this? I'm going to do some maths. So if you're counting, I'll give you a second. Okay, so I have 36, 42, 49, plus, so 50 rounds and a bind off. That's so little to do. I mean, I'm not going to finish it today at lunch or anything, but I'm going to make a dent in those 50 rounds. I was super excited about it. And then I do think I am going to bring in my oldest kiddo's thigh highs. I do think that that'll be a good lunch project, just doing, a round or two. Now that I have the size 1 free, I could actually cast on the second thigh high, so I don't have to carry them back and forth. Like one could live at school and one I could work on the weekends. So I think that's going to be my plan. Good morning, sunshines. Happy Wednesday the 23rd. It is before work. I am starting my day with a migraine because we are supposed to get storms later. Okay. Great. Love starting days with migraines. Anyway, I'm so excited, actually. Because look at this. I finished my leggings and I've started weaving in the ends. So on one leg, I'm pretty high up. And the other, I just barely started weaving in the ends because I was like, well, if I just weave in the bottom ends down here, then I could still wear the leggings because the ends won't pop out, and then I can just weave in the ends later or never. So it's a lot of ends because every color change is one end. I did save myself the trouble of weaving in 2 ends at every color change by knitting in the end. So let's see if you can see where the black end is knit in. So the black end is knit in there. So it's pretty secure. Like you can't really tell that it's there, but it's there. I'm sorry, my child is drinking her morning coffee through a straw. And so like here's where the green is. So I just knit the ends in and that works really well. It's really secure and it saves me one less end per color change that way. So, but it's a lot of ends. So we've been, so my plan is, she's so silly, a little beanbag nest. Okay, I did bring in the sock for my oldest kiddo. So my plan is to do 2 rounds at lunch. Just 2 rounds. Because like this isn't really on a deadline. It's not like it's a lingering whip that needs to be done or anything. So I'm going to do 2 rounds on that. And then I'm going to do, I don't know, somewhere between 2 and 5 ends on the leggings. And then I'm going to work on blanket squares. So I squared this one off. And I think I'm going to go around it with this orange now. Because I have all of the centers done. And I have all of this orange left. So I think I'm going to make several squares that have this yellow to square it out and then finish with an orange background like I'm doing with this white one. And I'm making 9 round squares, so I am on round, why can't I do this? Round 7. Yeah, I'm on round 7, just about to start round 8, so finish those 2 rounds. So yeah, that's my plan. 2 rounds on the socks, somewhere between 3 to 5 ends on this, and then work on the blanket for the rest of lunch. I think that will work out really well. I still have plenty of time for this blanket, but I'm glad that I'm, making progress. It doesn't look like a ton of progress, really, because I'm making 25 squares, but I mean, it is still progress. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. We did have teacher craft club. She's killing me with the straw. We did have teacher craft club yesterday, so that's good. I wove in most of these ends. Well, I wove in like from here to here and the 3 ends or whatever on here at teacher craft club yesterday, so that's good. It was fun. People are making really good progress. So yeah, I'm feeling good about that. And I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie, it's rough out here because it's testing season and it's like 8 weeks of testing. And so, like, students don't have 8 weeks of testing. It's 8 weeks of testing across the building. But I have 8 weeks of testing because I see all of the students. So every week I have at least 2 groups of kiddos who are dysregulated from testing. Like 2 groups per day. It's exhausting. I'm exhausted. I don't know if I updated you and told you that my dad has to have his whole kidney removed. That's what's happening. Still waiting on insurance. Did I tell you my sister's insurance got figured out though? So less stressed about that. Surgery rescheduled. I'm very stressed right now. I'm trying not to be, but it's not very effective. I'm doing my best. I hope you are also doing your best. Hey sunshines, it's Tuesday after school and I finished weaving in all the ends on one leg. Yay! So, okay, all of these ends are definitely going to be woven in by the weekend. I did work on it a little bit at lunch, and then I am after school for just a tiny bit. My daughter has tutoring, but I'm not driving her home, but I frequently drive her home on Wednesdays, so it's not quite time to go to my boyfriend's house. So hanging out at school for a couple extra minutes. So yay, I wove in some of those ends. I did an extra round on this sock, and not to brag too much, but I did weave in all the ends on this sock so that, I have less to do at the end of the project. I'm not saying I'm going to weave in as I go, but maybe I will. I don't know. But, I just have these ends to weave in. I also finished the square today. So I'm going to consider this my first square for this blanket because you might remember, I did make this solid granny square, but I think I'd rather make them all granny squares. Plus this one has a weird ruffle in it. So instead of doing, is the square too small? Do I need to add another round? Hold on, let me go get a ruler. Okay, I did have a for real ruler, but I'm gonna guess that the last time I had a sub, my ruler walked off. Whatever. So I do have this. So it is a little small. I wanted to make 12-inch squares. So it's not done. I need to add one more round. But what I was saying is I am going to make them granny squares, not filled in granny squares. Just because that's what I decided I wanted to do. So but here's one, and I think it looks pretty good. So we'll see what else happens. I still do want to do the solid color granny squares, but I'm just going to pull out that one that I have made and turn it into a granny square style granny square instead of a filled in granny square. Hello, sunshines. It is Sunday, the 27th of April, and I think it's time to start wrapping things up. So, between this clip and the clip that I'm going to record tomorrow, I think it's time to talk about all of the April things. Okay. I'm feeling very, I don't know, very discombobulated because the weather, so on Friday it was 80 degrees and then yesterday it was chilly and rainy and now it's warm again. Not quite 80, not hot enough outside that my house is too hot, which it was a couple days ago, but when I go outside it's warm because I hang up my laundry to dry in the summertime. Because why would I pay a gas bill when I could just hang stuff up? Anyway, let's talk about crafting. Actually, let's talk about reading first. So I am reading Onyx Storm and The Kingdom of Ash at the same time, which is totally a mistake because I was reading Kingdom of Ash one night and they were talking about a character and I thought it was I got it confused with a different character. Not even from the Onyx Storm book, from that book that I really, really liked that I read, that I bought copies of so I could give them to my sister. The Deer and the Dragon. It was a character from The Deer and the Dragon that I got confused with this character from The Kingdom of Ash. And I feel like it's the fantasy books are a little bit smooshed in my brain a little bit. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Now I must have just been really tired when I was reading it because now I've got it figured out and now it's fine. Kingdom of Ash already has me. I'm already into it. I'm 19% through it according to my Kindle because I read that one at night because it's on my Kindle. And I read Onyx Storm not at night because it's a book and it's heavy and it is much less painful to drop my phone on my face than my book on my face. So, yeah. So I'm invested in Kingdom of Ash already. I'm not quite there with Onyx Storm. Obviously, this is the third book. I know the characters. It's just, it hasn't gotten to the part of the story where I'm yes, okay. But I feel like I probably am just 5 pages away from that moment. I feel like I'm pretty close. So do you want to see what I've been working on? Well, first, I have a secret project that is in here. And you will have to tune into the Summer Yarny YouTube hop to see that, which will be June somethingeth, right? Yeah. It'll be June 20th, 23rd, something like that. But it's really, really fun and really exciting, and I can't wait to show you what it is. I literally just finished this fingerless mitt, which is why I'm recording, so I can check in with you and give it a bath and go hang it up outside so it can dry. So the pattern of this mitt is my pattern. It's called Tick Mitts. So it's based off of a clock. Although I don't know that this is exactly what's in that pattern because I didn't actually use the pattern to knit the mitt. I've just knit so many mitts that I kind of have a basic pattern in my brain that I follow. So there's the first mitt. And if I was wearing this, I'd have the what is that, ribbing detail on the other side, but this is just how I put it on to show you. So I am going to cast that on. Well, I'm going to switch out the yarn, put this away for a scrappy sock, grab out the other skein. Even though I could maybe get the second mitt out of this yarn. I feel like there's probably a whole pattern repeat in there, but nope. Scrappy sock now for my oldest kiddo eventually. So I'm going to cast that on, like right after I finish recording. I have not yet finished weaving in the ends on these leggings, but I'm doing that this afternoon. It's going to be done. It's not that many, so I'm just going to do it. And it's supposed to be chilly again this week. Like, we're supposed to have, quote, nice, end quote, weather this weekend, and then cold and rainy all week, which I love cold and rainy weather, and I don't really love sunny weather. Like, this is nice because it's not too hot, but I'm not a fan of sunny weather. Anyway, so I want to weave in these ends so I can wear it to work. I have put in just a tiny bit of work on the darker side of pie sock that I'm making for my sister. I was somewhere up in the cuff last time you saw it, and I have decided that at every color change I am going to purl the first round. So the pie socks are the length of yarn. It's not necessarily one round, right, based on your tension and stitch count, but proportionally it's 3.14159, etc. So it's going to be those bumps are going to be different amounts apart, and this bump just happens to be, this color change just happens to be for one of the sections that's the ratio of 1, so that's why it's so close together, but the other ones will be further apart. I am really excited, but I wound the mini for this. I wound the mini that goes along with it, and I don't know where I put it. And I checked back in the bag where the other yarns are for the Fiber Nymph Dye Works, and it's not in there. And so I wonder if it's in my bag at school, but I don't think it's in there. I don't know what I did with it. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit like maybe I shouldn't even work on it, because I'm definitely doing a contrast heel so I don't mess up the stripes. But then that feels silly. So I don't know. I have not yet cast on my second thigh high for my oldest kiddo using the Cattails yarn Gleeman's Cloak colorway. I did wind the second skein though. When I put the yarn on the Swift, I must not have checked that it was the right way. This is totally a user error problem. Not saying it was a cat problem. But I just got to a point where it was doing too much. My yarn was doing too much. So I split it and then just wound the others, because I'm going to be cutting this yarn frequently anyway. So it's fine that it's in 2 balls. I haven't cast it on, but I am going to do that today and do the first round. Maybe 2. No, probably just the first one. Because on Tuesday, my oldest kiddo and I are going to a movie. And because this is for my oldest kiddo, I thought it would be fun to work on this. And also, I don't really have another project that is good in the dark knitting. I considered casting on a new project that I could take, like an actual vanilla sock, but then I was like, oh wait, this is going to be 15 rounds of just knitting, and then it's going to be a purl round. So I might not even get there. Might not even get to the purl round in the movie. And if I do, then it's just knit 2, purl 2. And if I have to pull back the knit 2, purl 2 rows because I set it up wrong, I can do that when I get home and it's fine. So I'm going to cast this on today. So that's 2 things I would say I'm casting on today. We'll see if there's a picture confirming that at the end of this clip. I did not finish my next yarn monster. I still have this ball to add on. I originally, like, the original shape I was going to do was one thing, and then I ended up having more yarn than I thought I was going to have. So now I'm doing like another shape, which is fine. When I had to pivot, I was like, oh no, what do I do? And had a little bit of analysis paralysis, but now I figured it out. So I'll be finishing this up. Well, maybe not finishing it up, but finishing up the knitting on this in May. It'll get finished when it's stuffed with all of the little yarn scraps. Who knows how long that could take? I have not started the second Lattice Bee Friends sock, but that's okay. That can be something that I cast on in May, finish in June. The test knit is done, and I met the deadline, so that's fine. I've done just a bit on this sock, the Sirena sock, and that's what I did for the gusset. This isn't what is in pattern, it's just what I wanted to do. So I did the gusset on the bottom, and now I'm working straight down the foot. Again, this doesn't really have a deadline. I mean, December is its deadline, so it's fine. I did make pretty good progress on the socks for my sister's oldest kiddo. So let's see what I have. Ooh, only 4 rounds until I'm going to see if it's long enough for the toe. So definitely finishing this in May. Definitely finishing this in May. This will probably be the first finished object in May, which will be exciting. The yarn for this is 716 knit in the No More But Monkey color. So is that everything? I think that's all of the whips that I have at home. I was just going to take a picture and be like, hey, I cast on those 2 things, but video instead because, hey, I cast on those 2 things. But also I have been thinking about yarn a lot and wanting to buy yarn a lot. And I have not bought yarn a lot, but there's 2 particular websites that I keep like not being able to stay away from. So the first one, did you guys see that Lisa of Fiber Nymph Dye Works put out extended inversible sets? I'm really thinking that maybe I might buy myself one for my birthday, because there's 2 of them that I just think are so pretty and I want them. And like, do I need more yarn? No. But those 2 colorways of inversibles are so pretty, and I have been using my stash yarn. Like, I have been using yarn that I brought into 2025. I mean, I have bought some new yarn this year, but most of the new yarn that I've purchased, I've already used up because it was bought specifically for projects. The notable things are a few things of Croy and the 3 skeins plus minis of Fiber Nymph Dye Works, but all of that is planned to be used up this year. But oh man, I really want the extended inversibles. 2 of them. 2 of those colorways are just so beautiful. And then the other is knit picks, because I want Stroll to go along with that mohair that I used to make the hood and mittens for my aunt. Like, the website is being weird, or the website's not being weird, but like, the white has been out of stock forever. And if you check the website, it says expected return date sometime in February. Like, it was supposed to be back in February. And I wasn't really looking at it because I mentioned earlier in this vlog how I want to make pencil socks for back to school because I just think it would be cute. And so I have a pink color that I could use for erasers. I have a gray that I can use for the band, or like right under erasers. And I have black that I can use for the pencil lead part. I don't have yellow that I could use for the main body of a pencil, and there is a colorway on Knit Picks that I think would be really good for the wood part of the pencil, where it's sharpened, called horchata. And then for the leg, I think I would want lemon drop. But horchata and lemon drop were both supposed to come back in stock on April 18th, and they didn't. And there hasn't been an update to that. So I'm kind of wondering if Knit Picks might be the next thing going, which would be really unfortunate. And it's actually really stressing me out that it might disappear. Because without Joann's, I was like, it's okay, I still have Knit Picks. But do I? Oh. Hello, sunshines. It's Monday the 28th. I'm at work. It is lunchtime, and I just finished a square. So, this is the second finished square of maybe 25. We'll see we'll see if I can get 25. I don't know. I'm feeling nervous about my yarn, but look, they're done. All the ends are woven in. I'm wearing them. They fit pretty good, although I feel like maybe the elastic is a little too big because they keep slipping down a little bit. Not terrible, but would I be able to wear these under a skirt and go for a hike? No. Not that I would do that. I said I was gonna check in with you about my whips at school. So I have my thigh high for my oldest kiddo. I finished this orange stripe today, so tomorrow I'm going to be starting the next black stripe. So 2 rounds a day is working out just fine, but the blanket for school is definitely going to be my focus now because I need it to be done in about 5 weeks. So I want 25 squares. That breaks down to 4.5 squares a week. I don't know if I could do that. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. This is also all the yarn that I have left, so I don't know if that's doable. I mean, I do have all these centers finished for some of the squares, but this is seeming like a daunting project now. Hey sunshines, one last thing to round out this video. The first month of the summer square swap closes on Saturday, May 2nd. So if you wanted to sign up and you haven't, please do so. If you wanted to sign up and you missed it, and you're seeing this not too far after, there are also signups for June, July, and August. All right, friends, I will see you soon. Bye for now.